There is no such thing as a free lunch. Maybe you've heard that before, and I'm going to talk about that and how you can apply it to not only trading, but kind of just life in general. As a little bit of background, when I was in school, I did get a minor in economics just because I'm fascinated by that stuff. And a very basic concept in economics, but yet my favorite concept because it applies to everything. And really economics does at a core. It can explain anything in life. But opportunity cost, one of the first things you'll learn about if you've ever taken an economics course. Maybe you've never heard of it, but it's a vital concept that you need to know. And if you don't, well, I'm going to talk about it and then kind of talk about how you can apply it to trading, but just everything in general. And the phrase that always gets associated with it, I said at the intro, there's no such thing as a free lunch. What does that mean though? There's no such thing as a free lunch. If something's free, how can it not be a free lunch? Well, it all is circled around time management. And a quick example of this, just to illustrate no such thing as a free lunch. So let's say somebody offers to take you out to lunch and they're going to pay for that. So you are saving that amount, right? Because the other person is going to pay $25 for your lunch. Therefore, for you, it's free, right? Because you don't have to pay anything. And in fact, you're saving that $25. But according to opportunity cost, that's not really free. Why is that the case? Well, it boils back to, like I said, time. And let's just say that this lunch lasted 1 hour. So when it comes to time, what happens if you could have been spending that 1 hour, let's just say trading? And while you're trading, you make $35. So the question becomes, was that really a free lunch? Well, according to opportunity cost, no, it wasn't. Because when you went to spend that 1 hour sitting at lunch, you were not at your trading desk. You were not at, whatever you would use to trade. You were spending that hour sitting there. And yeah, you got a free lunch in the sense of you didn't have to spend $25. But because you chose to spend that 1 hour sitting at a table, sitting at a restaurant, you actually cost yourself the $35 that you could have made if you just stayed trading. So technically speaking, by taking that free lunch, you lost $10 because you didn't spend your time in the most time-efficient manner. And that's what opportunity cost is. It's asking yourself, what are you sacrificing in order to get something else? Now, it doesn't always apply to time. It can apply to inventory management. If I have this piece of material sitting on a shelf that I'm trying to sell, am I losing an opportunity to sell something else? Because if this thing sits here for 3 years before it sells, could I put other things there that I've sold? So what opportunity am I giving up by not, replacing this material item with something else? So what sort of trade-off are you getting? You're trying to take advantage of one situation, but by taking advantage of that, are you sacrificing something that could be even more productive? Again, in this case, using that 1 hour for a free lunch was actually costly because if you would have just spent that hour at your trading desk making $35, well, you would have come out $10 ahead of the curve. So the way I want to boil this back down and to kind of circle into trading is, what are you spending your time doing? And I guess this is me kind of taking a swipe at the trolls and all those, but are you spending your time sitting there? You suck, blah, blah, blah. You cost that, wearing tinfoil hats, conspiracy theories, and I'm not even talking about just me, against anybody out there. This guy's a scam guy, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's great that you're, ripping somebody down. And you know what? Let's be fair. Maybe they deserve to be ripped down. But how exactly is that benefiting you? How exactly are you spending your time? Could you be spending that time doing something better? Maybe you're saying, Clay, but when I'm doing that, I'm sitting at a job where I'm already being paid because I'm at a job, so I'm spending my time on the internet, on YouTube, whatever, typing up those comments. So sure, I'm typing up those comments, but I'm already at a job that's paying me. Again, what are you spending your time at your job doing? Why couldn't you be doing something where and this is just one idea, and I kind of just made this up a few minutes ago. How could you best use your time? Instead of sitting there trolling, why don't you do this? Why don't you go to Craigslist That's not how you spell Craigslist. There you go. And just start looking for items. Just anything you can find. And on another tab, so open up a tab, you have eBay. So you look at item A, and then you compare it over here. Is there something similar to item A? And how much is it selling for? And the final question is, could you buy item A and then go and sell it on eBay for a markup, because you can check how much of things been selling for on eBay, and then put some more cash in your pocket? Again, spending your time doing this, or spending your time, you suck at trading, you don't know what you're doing, you little scam. I don't know. Maybe you feel like your time is better spent. But I feel like, well, you might as well get a double whammy for your money. If you're sitting at work, getting paid, why not try how to get paid that much more? Now, maybe you're thinking, well, I spend the time at work and I'm watching YouTube videos, I'm trying to learn how to trade. The reason I don't like that is because that could be the opportunity cost. There is, what happens if you're spending your time learning something that's actually a bad habit? That's one of the downfalls of the free education. Is, yeah, there's good stuff out there. I can't deny that. But there's also so much garbage out there and opportunity cost. You could be spending time learning just absolute nonsense, learning bad habits. Heck, maybe you're looking at this advice and saying, what this guy is telling me, this is a total joke. Well then, I guess I would be an example of some of the bad information that's out there on the internet. But my point here is, to me, this seems like a pretty efficient use of time if you want to get into trading, if you want to invest in your education, if you're just trying to get your trading account larger. Penny saved is a penny earned. So, you don't want to be getting yourself in situations where you're just making bad decisions with your time, but you're also forfeiting something else. So get out there, get creative with your time. Now, if you're not at work, then yeah, why not? What are you spending your time with? Oh yeah, watching the game at the bar, spending overpriced drinks. Got to watch my favorite HBO special tonight. That time, even if you're watching it at a buddy's house, well, I'm watching my HBO shows at a buddy's house, therefore I don't have to pay for it, therefore I'm saving the cost because I don't have to pay for it, my buddy is. True, but could you spend that time doing something else that's going to make you even more money than what you're saving by just wasting your time watching some sort of HBO special? Always be asking yourself, what are you spending your time doing? And I think if you're honest, most of us, myself included, we're probably not always the opportunity cost. We're actually costing ourselves a lot of money because our time isn't spent as efficiently as possible. So it's just something to think about as you go about your day. If you want to troll, then hey, it's your life. It's your time to spend. But in my opinion, there's much better other ways to spend it to progress along with whatever goal, whether it's trading or just, hey, you just want to make some extra money as a whole. What are you doing with your time?